Hello, you guys. Welcome to LOK or Life of Kiara. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the family. If it's not, well, welcome back. Today's video is a little special. It's going to be a little longer segment of more of get to know me kind of thing. And it's going to be very personal, very raw, very relaxed. So I hope you guys grab your snacks, grab your drinks, whatever it is you want to do. It's gonna be a part of me that is very intimate. I don't share this with a lot of people, but I believe that by me sharing this with you, it'll help those who are going through similar situations to cope, to see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I just really hope you enjoy this video. I hope you can relate in some way. And if not, if you know somebody, share this video with them, all right? So a lot of people ask me what is my struggle? So at the age of 18, let's start off from the beginning. Growing up, we've always had a family, a really close-knit family, cousins. We, talk to each other every day. Me and my brother have a really good relationship. But growing up, I've always been really good with kids. I've worked with kids. I have, babysat. I've taught kids. But I've always wanted my own family in the future. Not anytime soon, but in the far future when I do see myself with, in marriage and having my kids and just having little me's running around. But, at the age of 18, I was diagnosed with PCOS, or PCOS if you want to say. What is PCOS? It is Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome, and I have the definition itself from the website, so you guys have a better understanding of what it really is. And for here it says, it's a hormonal disorder causing enlarged ovaries with small cysts on the outer edges. So if I get an ultrasound, they do see cysts in my ovary. So the little balls that have the hormone in them, this is gonna be TMI, but the hormones that are supposed to explode when I have my monthly period, they do not explode. They stay there on my ovaries. So I was going a year, maybe 2 years without actually getting my period. And some of the symptoms that you do get from this is the abnormal menstruation. We also have, when we do get it, we get it very painful because of this. Like the pain is intolerable. Sometimes you can barely walk. It's really hard for us to lose weight. If we do, it's a good thing, but the first thing the doctors tell you is, oh, you need to lose weight. And I've always been the heavy girl in my family, as far as I can remember. So I didn't think anything was wrong until I found this out. It also causes you to have extra hair all over your body, except for your hair, like your head. Your hair tends to thin out, therefore you have a lot of bald patches. I personally don't really get them. I guess it's because I just do a lot of masks and stuff on it, but it also causes infertility. So when they told me about this, I was I was emotional because, like I said, I've always wanted children of my own. I've always wanted to, give my parents that little joy of grandchildren. So when I first heard about this, I cried. Well, not in front of my parents. I cried in my room. And I went a year into deep depression. started doing things that I knew were wrong, but at the time I said I don't care because I have nothing else to lose. So during the time I did get tattoos, and you probably can't see it from here, but this is actually 2 tattoos. There's a misfit to the first part, which is the M, and I've always seen myself as someone who likes to stand out because fitting in is just, not something I like. So growing up, I was never in any certain groups. Like, I had different types of friends. And then I have also one that really, I would say, kept me level-headed through this whole year that I struggled. And it is a G, a greater than symbol, and upside down V, and a regular V, which stands for God is greater than the highs and the lows. And this, I'm telling you, spiritually, I was not okay. I still struggle. Physically, I was super overweight. I was just not in a good place. I really was just, for an 18-year-old, it was pretty bad. So that year I told myself, I am not gonna let this syndrome take over my life. I'm not gonna, wallow in self-pity for the rest of my life. There's options I can adopt, get a surrogate, but I'm not gonna let this stop me from becoming who I'm meant to be. So that year specifically, I didn't do anything, but I knew I was a size around 16, I think. In pants, I was 200 and believe it was like 40 something pounds. So I was pretty heavy. And the year after that, I said, I'm done, crying. I'm done just, not taking care of myself. That's the first thing that popped into my head. I'm done not taking care of myself. So the year after that, I started doing all types of things. I tried the paleo diet. I've tried the vegetarian lifestyle. I've tried, I would say, pretty much every diet in the book. I would try to get into working out, but it was never something that was like, oh, I'm gonna work out. No, it was like, oh, dang, like I have to go run a mile now. Like I have to go walk, or I have to do this and that. But recently, it's been crazy because my mental state has gotten so much better. I have been focusing on myself. I have forgotten to worry about things. If things happen, oh well, it happens, But I did become vegan, so I stopped eating meat, eggs, anything like that. And I did lose a lot of weight. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I am on my way. I dropped down to a size 8 in pants now. 200 and I would say 20 pounds around there. I haven't checked myself lately, but my mental state is getting so much better. I am focusing on my devotion, because the thing, or the person I should say, that has pushed me through this, that has given me the will, has given me the purpose, has given me the motivation to keep doing this is Christ himself. He has pushed me to be the best me that I can be, because that's all I can do to feel better. So I started working out. I feel great. I love working out now. It's so crazy. And I am working on bettering my relationships, well, as in with my mother, with my father, with my brother, my sister-in-law, everyone that surrounds me. And I can't tell you that it gets easier, but it has progressed. I still have my days where I feel like, why am I here? Why should I keep doing this? You know, no one's ever gonna love me. And those are all lies. Those are things that the devil puts in my head, where it's like, you just have to tell the devil, no, you have no part in me. You have no say in what comes into my life or what blessings do come through. And just the fact that my hormones are all over the place makes it so that my emotions are also all over the place. Like, I'm never, like, I could be crying one minute and then all of a sudden be super hyper and happy and go lucky like nothing happened. And it's crazy because a lot of people would ask me, like, how do you go from one emotion to another? So I would just tell them, I'm bipolar. Like, I never have one certain feeling at the same time. So it's like, I would tell them I'm bipolar and I have depression, but just to make it easier, I would say I have bipolar depression. But just that year really got me thinking of, why would I let myself get to a point where I don't even like who I become? Like, I don't even like who I am at that point in my time. And like, my emotional state, my spiritual state, my I would say my physical state, everything was that of someone who has years above me in life. So for me to be able to experience this, it's crazy. And for me, at least, because I've always told God, I want my story. I want to have something where I can help others. And this was my prayer growing up, and I never knew that this would be what my story would become. It's hard to talk about sometimes, especially when no one around you really, I mean, they try to understand, they try to be there for you, but it's like, if they don't know what you're physically going through, if they can't physically feel it themselves, then how are they supposed to, help you? So I had joined also a support group, and ever since I've joined it, it was like, at first it was like, yes, I have a family and I have someone who understands exactly what I'm going through because they're going through it. But now it went from that to me being like, okay, I got this. I'm gonna help you guys get through this. If I could lose the weight, if I could feel better in my emotional state, if I can progress to this person that I can tolerate now, so can you. Like, you can pull through. Like, you're not alone in this. So I just feel like, regardless of whether I have gone through this, I have struggled, I have cried, I've literally cried myself to sleep over this, and I'm grateful that I'm going through this, regardless of what my mind tells me sometimes. I'm grateful that I have something where I can bless others. Like, I have learned so much about myself as a person through this, that I can tell people, like, I'm happy with who I am. I love myself. Why? Because I have learned to get to love my body. Like, I have forced myself to stop thinking the negative thoughts, the negative vibes. I fought against them. And it's a constant struggle. It's a constant battle every day. And I just hope you guys can learn from this and, get to know me some more. But I really do hope that you guys can learn something. I hope you guys can, in a way, be blessed by what I've gone through. And I just really want to impact others. I want to empower others to really get to know themselves, get to love themselves as a person. I really want to reach those who haven't been reached yet. So that's what this channel is really all about. It's just having a family where you feel like you are safe to be you are safe to talk about the things you go through and not feel like people are just judging you. I do want to say one last thing is that, as cliche as this Bible verse sounds, I can do all things through Christ, and that is the truth. That is what I believe in. That is what I have seen, and I can testify that it is the truth. You can do anything as long as you believe in Christ, you have Him in your heart, and you live a life according to Him. I really would love for you guys to share this video with people who you feel have gone through or are going through the same situation. I did forget to mention that they have told me that is uncurable, but I know my God is greater than that. I believe it, and He will continue to give me the strength that I need. But thank you guys for watching, and I love you, and till next video. Bye.